Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Dragonheir video. Today we got some Discord info. It was actually yesterday, but I was a bit busy yesterday. So let's pull up the Discord. Let's talk about it. Okay. Dragonheir gets featured on both the App Store and Google Play. This was yesterday, which was literally the day that they closed the servers. So it got picked up, meaning that it's like featured in the store, but it was the day that you can no longer, all the servers are closed, so you can't start anything. So that was kind of weird, kind of poor timing. I don't know why they stopped people from getting into the game, especially now that they're doing advertisements and they're being featured here and there. I don't know why you would close it off so that no one can get into the game. That's just a bit odd. But okay. We recently set up an online fireside conversation with our content creators. That was me, Scratch, Ivy, and a couple moderators. We're grateful to hear from the content creators and mods to speak for the community about their true feelings and suggestions. It was like I don't even know, a 2-3 hour session. And I was feeling really hopeful after this. I was feeling really hopeful. We went through and I kind of told you guys what I talked about. I tried to focus on, lack of legendary heroes for new players, the pay to win stuff, slowing down the content so much, the lack of content, the time gating and all that stuff. So those were kind of my biggest concerns. And we went through a lot of that with the publishers. I don't know if the developers were probably just listening in. I don't know how well the developers speak English, so I'm not quite sure. So we talked to them for quite a few hours, and I was feeling really hopeful because the feedback we were giving, it sounded like the publishers were really listening, and they were going to take all this information back to the developers. And so this is our very first response after I believe the publishers talked to the developers. Okay, so inspiration for the game: Lord of the Rings, D&D, auto chess. I think that's what they mean by moving around in the spaces. Trying to create a world with immersive feeling. It does say team RPG aspect, and we are getting some team play. I just don't know why they're adding it so late in the season. We're getting team play at the end of this, or in like 30 days or something. I don't know, like about a month before the season's close. Mid-season hero balance adjustment. We plan to buff functional heroes of rares and epic quality based on the actual performance of each element and base to ensure all heroes may fulfill their own strategic purpose and then cope with the changing battle environment. We have already buffed certain heroes with ambiguous roles to help each hero adapt themselves to one or more scenarios. We have fixed bug for multiple heroes in order that they can completely show off what they've got. We'll add 24 more rare and epic quality heroes to the OB out of bounds build. Original build, providing players with richer options for building their own team. We will add tutorials, defeat analysis, lineup recommendation, and other instructional features in the game. Okay, that's fine. We believe this will help beginners to sum up experience from defeats and then optimize their strategies. The lineup recommendation feature will probably be enabled in the near future if everything goes right. This feature will record lineup and equipment of those players who have cleared the current stage as a reference for all players. This is kind of nice. So this other game, Heroes Path, I was playing, and kind of Eternal Evolution as well, they allow you to re-watch battles for like leaderboards, meaning that you can see how they place their heroes and see all of that good information, because hero placement is kind of really big in this game. If you have the wrong hero placement, like where you place them on the little map, it can really cause you just to get wiped very quickly. So for players whose lineup is centered on rare epic heroes, by enabling view elementary lineups only option to filter entries they need from those legendary ones. Is this saying that you can find a team that has your heroes? Because that's quite an interesting feature. Okay, that's cool. I like that. On the basis above, we're also researching a replay function. Oh, this is what I was talking about. What is this? Lineup recommendation replay. Okay. Players can view the whole process of other players casting skills, deploying their heroes, and arranging their positions. With this information, they'll surely be able to better understand. I like this. I think it's really nice that because this game does have a lot of you can make a lot of teams. You can use a lot of different gear. You can use a lot of different strategies, especially where you put your heroes. So that's kind of cool. We're also checking the feasibility of a hero rating feature. It's like an in-game tier list kind of. People can give star ratings for heroes. Once this feature is available, players will be able to give a rating based on the performance in different dungeons or check out remarks from other players. Okay. With the help, players will better understand pros and cons of different heroes. Okay. About purple dice. Here's one of the biggest things we wanted them to do was add a small chance for legendary in purple dice. Considering Otherworld Horn is where players might get legendary heroes by pure luck, we have no plan to offer legendary heroes by consuming Starlight Stone dice at the present. Statistics show that quite a few lucky followers are awarded legendary heroes. No one cares about the goddamn horn. The horn does not generate legendaries. I have 2 accounts. I've been pulling them every day for a month and a half, and I've never got a legendary. You don't get legendaries from the horn, so stop saying that's where we're going to get legendaries. We will improve the current guides to this feature. No one cares about the guides to the horn. You press the button and you don't get a horn, or you don't get a legendary. That's how it works. I mean, yeah, there's like a 1 in 1,000 chance that you get a legendary out of here, but I don't understand why you can see all the people. I don't understand why people are why they're even talking about the horn. That is like a useless little side feature that you just press randomly and get a common, Anyways, about new things added to season. About season, we have added something more. We have something more to add. We expect to bring in new experiences periodically, breaking away from the long-term repetitiveness of previous team RPGs. We will introduce new regions or new stories at regular intervals as seasons go by. A new region, Teen Bria, will be added in Season 1. For Season 2 and the following seasons, we will regularly update regions or stories and therefore add luster. Okay, it's a pity that we can't reveal, blah, blah, blah. Apart from new content, don't forget, that's all you're going to say about new content? Is that right there? Don't forget to beware of lurking hazards on account of the... The fuck does this even mean? It is high time you step forward, kind of go blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't even know what that means. We will seek to offer you chances of trying out new builds in a brand new season. The rotation of elemental affinity will provide you with a totally different build. So this is mean right now, like poison and ice are basically the same affinity when it counts for bonuses. So next season, maybe it'll be poison and fire together, for example. So it'll change your teams a little bit, or can change your teams. Newly added heroes, artifacts, and equipment will bring more build options. Okay, so we're getting more heroes. It sounds like we're getting 24. I read this as we're getting this in like 2 weeks, because we're almost halfway through the season. So we should get more heroes here. And then it's going to say we're going to add more heroes and artifacts every single season. Dungeon bosses will be armed with new skills. Time for you to give it further thought. In a new season, players will be given plenty of opportunities to arrange their starting heroes. Last but not last, we'll present a multiplayer sandbox Otherworld explanation. This is coming into the game, I don't know, in 2 weeks, I think, because mid-season is about 2 weeks. Oh, no, this one has a timer on it. This one's like, I think it's like the last month of the season. All players on the same server will be brought together, joining forces to defeat a mighty in danger. So this is like a world boss event, it seems like. I think someone mentioned that we're going to get a lot of chances for legendaries in this event. So it sounds like this is kind of like the main event for the season at the end of the season. We'll see how this is. This might be pretty cool as long as it's implemented properly. About season settlements. Here we go. Season settlements are carried out in all servers independently. Rewards will be distributed according to the progress and performance of each player. The worldview and the lore are consistent. Still, we try to create independent stories for different seasons upon the premise of coherent main bodies. We hope that missing out on a season will not cause difficulties for players to understand the plot. Okay. They basically just take all your progress, add it all up into a number, and then based on that number, they give you a currency, and then you can purchase things like summons at the end of the season. You can see that in game. If you go to the store, I believe, this exchange shop right here, if you go to season shop, here you go. So I don't know if they're adding more stuff in here, but this is what you're going to get at the end of the season. So it says converted from, yeah, you get it from like all sorts of different things. I think like how many heroes you have leveled up, how good your gear is, how far you've progressed in dungeons. I don't know exactly what goes into the calculation, and it's all kind of hidden by them. They're not going to give you the exact formula. But yeah, that's that. Okay, server merging. This means this is actually supposed to say character merging, not server merging. So the server merge is different than what they're talking about here. When characters on different servers are merged into one server, the owner will be able to view multiple characters on one server. Oh, I thought they were talking about like, so some people have multiple characters on a single server. So what this is saying is they're going to just keep these. And if you spend money, it'll preserve it. And they'll basically be all merged onto one server / account. Before the amount of data exceeds the upper limit, we will strive to remain as much character data as possible. So if you started a bunch of alts on a bunch of different servers, as long as they're above level 3 for now, this might change, you'll get to keep that account. It's fine. I was wondering how they were going to handle it when you have, because you can just have multiple characters on the same account, and then when they go to merge them into one account at the very end, like what happens if you have 10 accounts, you know? So that's kind of what happens there, and you'll get to pick one and continue with whatever one you want. Manual control in the arena. Since the attacking side enjoys a huge advantage of adjusting the deployed heroes in arena, no, the defense side has a huge advantage. The attacking side does not have any advantage. The defensive side only has to live through the timer. So the defensive side actually has the advantage in this game. I don't know if they know that, but if they've ever seen high-end arena, all you got to do is put 2 tanks and 3 healers in there, and the opposite team can never kill you. So it's undefeatable. So actually, the defense has a huge advantage. This is totally incorrect. They have not played high-end arena. I see. We still plan to keep the current auto combat form. We were talking about the live arena, and we were trying to give them options on what they can do for the live arena. I was a little bit torn because when you do picks and bans and all that stuff, it takes a really long time to get through it. But it makes it a different game mode. Right now, it's kind of the same game mode as normal. You have like 2 picks, but there's no point in having 2 picks because nothing happens in between the picks. You can still pick duplicate heroes and all that. So we were trying to give them some feedback on the live arena and trying to make it at least a little bit different than the regular arena. And it's not very good rewards as well, so it's kind of like whatever. We will keep optimizing the matchmaking rules in the arena to promote the game experience for players at different rankings. In the meantime, we have been observing the performance of heroes of different rarity, based on which we will enrich hero combinations in the arena, offering options of heroes and styles in greater abundance. Whatever. About the collab. The duration of the collaboration events will be adjusted from opening at the beginning of a season to opening to all servers at the same time. I don't understand the difference between those 2 things. They seem unrelated. At the beginning of a season to opening at the same time. It just doesn't, that sentence, okay, whatever. In this way, newcomers attracted by a collaboration hero will be able to obtain the hero in their first season. They'll be guaranteed to obtain the hero in their first season? Is that what you're saying? Newcomers attracted by a collaboration hero will be able to obtain the hero in their first season? Guaranteed? Okay. There are still details pending further discussion. For more information, please stay tuned. Yeah, I haven't seen really a lot of information about the collaboration. I could go back into maybe the CBT2 news. I forget what they even said. I thought it was happening at global launch. I think it still is. We'll see what happens there. And this is kind of some stupid stuff that we were just, whatever. This was like their favorite area in the game. It's like a farm, like whatever. Cool. I did laugh when we had that little horse dude. I pulled him on my content creator server in some of my first summons, and I got the little horse bro. And I did laugh a little bit because of that. It was kind of funny. And then they added a little bit of something we talked about in the fireside chat that we had. Those faithless things when you fail them and you just get a random item and you don't know what to do with it. And they thought that was funny. I don't know. I just, out of all the feedback we gave them, they kind of just said, we're not doing purple dice. You have a horn to get legendaries, which doesn't give you legendaries. They didn't mention any of the pay to win. They didn't mention any of the level gating. They didn't mention 90% of the stuff we focused on the fire chat. I think this was just a typed out message. I think what happened is this is a typed out message before we had the chat. And then after the chat, I think they added this message saying we're not changing purple dice, or maybe this was already in here, even though that was kind of a focus of our entire freaking 3-hour session was if people don't get legendaries right away in the first week, they're probably just going to leave the game and go to another game. That's kind of a thing they do in gachas now is you get a legendary hero either in the first day. A lot of times it's in the first day. Awakened Chaos Era, Dislight. I mean, even Raid Shadow Legends, who is notoriously stingy, gives you like 7-day logins for a free legendary hero. You know, stuff like that. So, and then they added in this one paragraph that we talked about for 3 minutes. So I kind of feel like I wasted my time in the fireside chat for literally 3 hours about this. I mean, we hit so many topics like time gating and just, you know, spending and not being able to have duplicates for epics, and, you know, that we should have a very small chance to get legendaries from purple dice, and the lack of content, and just how slow the first 2 weeks are. I asked them to please accelerate the first 15 days down to like 7 days, right? So you unlock all the content in a week. You have double the stuff to do every day. I mean, we went back and forth for a long time about this, so it kind of feels weird to have them post this. I think this was already pre-typed out and they posted it because we did ask them. I was like, we had this awesome chat. I was feeling a lot better about the game and the developers, and we were all asking them to put a public post kind of saying what we talked about, and then have the developers say maybe some stuff that they're actually going to fix. And they put this out right away, and I think maybe it was already pre-typed out and they didn't really get a lot of feedback from us, but into this, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I'll probably cover next week King Arthur on this channel. We'll have a global launch of King Arthur and another game, Inario Legends. They come out the same day, on Thursday. So I'll probably cover King Arthur on this channel. I'll probably cover the other game on my Eternal Evolution channel. I'll still cover this game. I'm pretty invested in this game so far, monetarily, and just the amount of hours I've been playing this game. I've been testing a lot of heroes and doing the spreadsheet and tier lists and all that stuff. So I still think this game has some potential. I really love the heroes, the design, the team building, the synergy. I'm really enjoying that in this game. It's obviously quite expensive to get all the heroes to be able to mess around with them, but once you have them, it's been a lot of fun. There's just not a lot of content to do, but I think over time we're just going to get more and more and more and more content. So it is what it is. I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to see what happens, and we'll just see how the game changes over time. So that's it for the video. Kind of a long one, but I kind of want to talk about my thoughts about this. It's kind of another, every time we get word from the devs, it's kind of always negative, and it's always like, we hear your complaints, we're not changing anything, big middle finger to us, and that's pretty much it. So kind of another one of those. I see the developers just really are stubborn about their initial design, and it seems like they will not change anything in this game. So it seems like it kind of just is what it is. I know they've already driven most of the players out of the game. I mean, if you look at like even like the FG 3000 video, I don't know if you guys saw that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. 3000. What's the name of this game again? Dragonheir. Let's see if we can find it right quick. And yeah, here we go. Dragonheir, first impressions. Okay, so he actually had a first impressions video a while ago, which I didn't realize. So he had this first impressions a while ago. He did this 2 days ago. Shout out to FG3000 here. But just read some of the comments in here, man. I played the last beta. It's really fun, but one legendary, and that's that. They have seasons where you pretty much lose everything. Hard pass. UI is great. Animation is great. Blah, 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 blah. Actually seems quite good. Nice artwork. So a couple positive things here. This game is way too expensive. It is. It is. It's, I mean, $850 to get a legendary is quite insane. Thanks commenters for warning me about the game. Really a shame. It looks so good. Looks okay. Doubt I'll play it. Here it's very predatory. Devs will need to fix that. Game looked interesting, so I looked it up on some Reddit posts, and oh boy, this game is just full of drama, and I wouldn't be surprised to see an EOS announcement soon. What is EOS? End of service? End of service announcement. So a lot of people are saying there's no way this will make it in the current market. The worst game I can remember in terms of summoning currency. I played a few hours in 3 or 4 days and was only able to summon on the legendary banner twice. Pity is 80 and he only got 2. Yeah. Fun for 3 days. Pull rates are so low that everyone in PvP uses the same team. For those complaining about pay to win, like every real money transaction game, unless it's a dollhouse, you'll never compete in PvP. Yeah, okay. Played since beta, not one legendary, uninstalled yesterday. I mean, just the comments are so negative. I was hyped for this, got into beta. Seriously, there's nothing you have to do in game. There's literally nothing. You literally have time to play and nothing to do, so you just log into another game. They're not wrong. This predatory game is too stingy. Devs need to fix it. Dark Fantasy Eternal Evolution, kinda. CBT, I'm already playing this. Game is extremely unfriendly to free-to-play. For me, that means a dead game. When does King Arthur come out? Okay, another Diablo clone. Not really. Rerolling takes over an hour per account. Easy skip. This game is so fucking pay to win. Most greedy devs ever. So that's the sentiment right now of the developers. This is what people are saying about the developers. People know that they're not willing to change anything. They are very greedy as brand new developers. I mean, I have never seen something so expensive. I thought Infinite Magic Raid was really bad with having, you know, like a $400 legendary, but these guys put them to shame with that $850 legendary. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they have these summon events, and in order to get 5 legendaries, it's like $850. For these 4 legendary ones, it's like $700. So, and then they hide, there's no pity, and they don't tell you there's no pity. They actually tell you there's a pity in game. So if you go to right here, did they remove the pity thing? Or is it behind the summon? Okay. You'll be guaranteed a legendary on your 35th attempt if no legendary heroes were obtained. I've heard many people, and even the staff in the support line has said there is no pity on these banners. I mean, at this point, it's like borderline illegal behavior for a lot of the stuff they do. They say there's a pity when there's no pity. You're spending $850 for some of these events, and they don't even tell you that there's no pity. I hope that was a mistake. I've seen screenshots of people asking support, is there a pity on this banner? And they said no. Okay, that's it for the video. I'm still enjoying the game. It has a lot to go. The devs are very stubborn. I have a feeling they're not going to change anything. The game's going to go to global, and the game might just kind of collapse. I don't know. I might be wrong. Maybe they'll change some things right before global, but it's not looking good so far. I was really happy after our little chat, and now I'm kind of back in the dumps a bit after seeing this post. So, okay, that's it for the video, guys. Have a great day. Hope you guys enjoyed the content, and that's going to be it. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. See you guys.